whole Chloe Kelly debacle changed what's okay and what you're allowed to do and what you can speak out about. Oh my God, do you think I can go back to them and tell them that I really love them? And you were like, you're just speaking to them for an hour. It's like, yeah, but I wasn't like fangirling.
Electric atmosphere, end-to-end action, last-minute Larrys with the goals.
It was that feeling of, oh my God, we're out, this is it, it's over. And then 5-10 minutes later, screaming in the crowd, and it was the best game!
Hi guys, welcome. I can hear people outside our window. How exciting.
Oh, you've gone for team colours today.
I have. Well, I just saw last show of the year. Is it our last show of the year?
Yes, I hope so. I love how every time you go up to prepare for All the Queer, you get changed. So it actually is, we're in the same house, but it's a genuine surprise for me to find out what you've put together.
Look, I just like to keep it fresh. This is actually a Foudy's shirt, so I'm representing. But I just like to keep it fresh. This isn't actually the first outfit I put on either. I tried a few.
You've been upstairs like 2 minutes.
Hey, what can I say? I am quick.
Okay, fine. Do you want to do the welcome?
Welcome. It is, now, we just figured it out. Welcome to All the Queer Some Idea. We just figured out that it is episode 13. Because it's not WSL week 13, but we had some international break weeks and things like that.
Sometimes we honoured the international breaks, other times we didn't. So
other times we didn't. And
Inconsistency FC, that's who we are.
We are Inconsistency FC, what can we say? Lauren, there is somebody on the back of my shirt. It is Katie McCabe.
I can hear people outside. What's going on?
Yeah. Well, first of all, if it's the DPD van, well, he can come ahead and knock the door. Because, guys, we are waiting on some house deliveries because we're making our house a home and buying lots of fun furniture and things like that. And we ordered some stuff. It was like, yes, it'll arrive before Christmas. Woo! Al runs home today to be in time for the DPD man. It's like literally being like, I'm on stop 3 of 91. You are stop 91. And it's going tootling along. She gets home. I'm on the phone to my mom, standing in the living room. Literally can see the DPD van with my eyes. He pulls up. With the DPD, you're our ops right now. Pulls up, puts his warning lights on.
Hazards.
Drives off. Like I literally walked to
mad. I cannot.
To the door. I open the door as he drives off. Not even a peep. Not enough.
If I get an email saying you weren't in, I'm gonna rage.
He's gonna boot off.
There'll be a fire inside me. I had a nice day at the office, man. I know people think, what do you mean a nice day? But I had all three screens set up. I was cracking on. And then I get that email saying, we're going to deliver your parcel between 12:08 and 8 p.m. And I was like, well, clearly we're going to be
That's a lot of time as well.
That's a lot of hours. So I'm like, you know what? I can chill. I can leave work at 4, no problemo. I'm refreshing him because he says that we're stop 91 out of however many. I'm like, fine. He's not even on stop 1 yet. Keep refreshing. Nothing. He's still trying to get to stop 1. After 30 minutes, another refresh, he goes from stop 1 to stop 42.
He clearly did like an apartment block.
Yeah.
Like he was just like firing parcels.
Grabbed all my shit, was like, sorry guys, gotta leave. I know I said I'd be here all day. It was a lie. DPD says I gotta go. Get home, he fucking shows up on the street, drives off.
It literally pulled up, hazard lights on, peeled out, and off he went. And I stood in the doorway and I was like on the phone to my mom, but also yelling into the house like, he's gone! So, Mum, when you listen back to the podcast this week, you were there, girl.
You were there.
Actually, when I was on the phone to my mom earlier, she said, oh, I've just finished listening to your podcast.
Oh, love a Hillary
said
review.
Lots of bile talk.
Always.
And then she said that her new nickname for me is E.T. Because, and I quote, she said, because you don't belong in England. Which I don't know how to take that. because I very much feel like I've just been having some very big discussions about England and living here forever with the love of my life. So
I've sucked you in. Also, did he land in England or did he land?
No, he just landed on Earth.
America. Oh, Earth. Okay.
Well, I think America, but
I do think you are, Holly's bit here. We've adopted you into England forever. Personally, I'd like it if you stayed.
I would
that's
love
just on
to
me,
stay.
though.
I would love to stay too.
I would love you to stay, not only in this country, but in this house. Ideally. Well, I have this street.
I've put down roots. Don't worry. I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'll never forget. I'll never not be Irish, but I've put my roots down here.
You have started to develop a bit of a Grimsby accent though from spending too much time with me. So.
Okay. Anytime I say anything, any word with a U currently seems to be Grimberry unified.
Yeah,
and it is a little distressing. So
you get a bit of a bus and an up.
Yeah, so if you're listening to the podcast and you hear such a word, just know that I'm trying my best to fight it. No offense, because I like your accent, but
none taken.
Yeah, I just did it.
You back?
I just did it.
I thought you said accent because you said accent quite Irish. You said accent.
No, I said but. But
this is a hybrid.
But
yeah,
I love your accent. But
so where you're from, you do pick them up. Arbin said they've picked up Manchester. You pick it up. We're sponges. I think it's because the natural human thing is to you pick up, you socialize. You you start to mimic.
It's all mimicry.
Around you.
It's all mimicry. Yeah.
We're all just mirrors, really, aren't we? We're just trying.
We're like birds.
Yeah, you hadn't lost your accent, is there?
We wanted to round off the year. So we're not coming to the end of our season. We're still on season 3 of All the Queer Some Idea. And we're still obviously in the WSL season and the cup fixtures and the Champions League and all of that good stuff. But we wanted to round off the year 2025 with a couple of our best ofs. So Ali came up with a couple of categories for us. We've chosen what's in each category, and so we're going to share them with you, and we'd like you guys to share with us as well. So when you're listening to this on Spotify or watching on YouTube, please leave us a comment, leave us a little about what your favourites are, or live here in the comments as well. So do we want to kick it off with best game of the year?
Okay, so first one, and everyone, I implore you, join in the comments. For those of you listening on Spotify and YouTube, we have this is recorded live, so we have a little commenting community, which is always really fun. So if anyone have you got one and you hear what I say, put in the comments what you think. So best game of the year, best game of 2025, right back to January. Don't forget. Right, I'm going to go, I think there's 2 games that you think I'm going to say, and I'm not going to give you those ones. You will think that I would go for best game of the year, Champions League final, or Euros final. I'm going to throw in a curveball. I'm going to go England versus Italy. England versus Italy.
Are you joking?
Have you got the same one?
Are you joking? Are you joking me right now? England v Italy Euros.
Yes. It was the best game.
Honestly, electric. This is what I wrote. Electric atmosphere, end-to-end action, last-minute Larrys with the goals.
Yes.
The experience of seeing that penalty, Michelle Adjaman come on clutch in the last, literally last minutes of the game. Being surrounded by Italian fans and England fans and just the whole place erupting. And then even after the game, the walk back to where the train, and everyone was just down those
it was everything. It was that feeling of, oh my God, we're out. This is it. It's over. The absolute, I'd reached such acceptance that the Euros journey was over. And then 5-10 minutes later, we were screaming in the crowd and surrounded by the Italy fans who were already prematurely accepted that they were winning. They were off. They were so ready that they would win. The flags were waving. I
wish you could capture it in a bottle.
Yeah,
because
I was gone. I was exhausted by the end.
Yeah. A close second for me, actually, in Euros land was the France-Germany game, because seeing, particularly the penalties, because seeing Anne-Katrin Berger so close to us, making the saves that she made, especially that backwards,
the Anne-Katrin Berger
that backwards tip.
That was amazing.
Seeing that in person, I distinctly remember seeing it in person and us turning to each other and being like, did we just see what we think we saw?
It looked so good in person that I thought it can't have looked.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but I thought it can't have looked that good.
No, but
on camera. But it does.
It does.
It does. That was going to be not my best game of the year, but that was going to be down as potentially one of my football personal moments.
Ah, okay.
But I changed it at the last moment. But that was up there. I'm so glad that we chose the same game.
Yeah, I know. And also a close third was actually before we even went to the Euros, when Amy came round for the England-Sweden game. Because even though I know retrospectively it's fine because England did get through, but we were like, you guys were flying to Switzerland in the morning. I was flying the day after that. It was like last day of term. I was like, we might be going and not seeing England at all. I mean, we obviously would still have an amazing time, but it was like, just those Euros games, you couldn't write them. Like, that was magic in a bottle.
I totally accepted so many times during the game, during the penalty shootout. Right, That's it. We're not going. And then
it was the tournament of penalties.
It was the tournament of just change, like last minute changes. Anyway, so bad. Okay, right, everybody. Next one. What was, and this can be on pitch or off pitch, what was your moment of 2025 in women's football? So just a moment from women's football. It could be England, it could be club, it could be out, it could be a transfer, it could be like a social moment. Do you know what yours is? Have you got it ready?
Yeah, I've got it ready. Again, I think a lot of people maybe expect us to be like the Champions League final or the Euros final or whatever. Mine was actually sitting in our dining room. You were out, I think you were out. I was watching the Arsenal-Lyon game, and that moment when they got through to the final of the Champions League.
Yeah.
I just remember like watching it on this, like the laggy stream, and just being like, I actually can't believe this is happening. It was so exciting.
All different places on the group chat, and we were like, I was watching the netball and I was trying so desperately to concentrate on it, but my phone was like, oh my god, we scored, oh my god, we scored, oh my god, and then I like stopped everybody
repeatedly.
I was like, guys, I know you don't like football, but imagine that you did, and this was the biggest moment ever. We are going
you have to understand.
You have to understand this netball game has lost its priority.
It was just one of those moments where it was like, we were going and we were going to have fun either way, but it was just like, I wasn't even at the game, but that's the power of football, right? You don't even have to be in person at a game with other people around you. Like, I was on my own in the house watching it, to feel that feeling of excitement and feel that feeling of like community and everybody then on the socials, like all of our friends who are Arsenal supporters and even people who aren't, were like all a buzz, and I don't know, it just felt like a really fun, special moment.
That's a great one. Okay, you ready?
Besides, go on.
Yeah, don't you still like might say my accent. So someone's actually put mine in the comments straight away. So Chloe Kelly to Arsenal last minute drama. That's what I put. So my best moment in women's football 2025, the whole Chloe Kelly debacle, but not just the fact that she came to Arsenal, but the whole way it happened. I feel like it changed what's okay and what you're allowed to do and what you can speak out about. the whole discourse of it, from her speaking out about what had been happening in Man City, the fact that then everybody was like, Renee, get her, Renee, get her, Renee, get her. And then overnight, Chloe Kelly's having talks with Arsenal. All of us are like, come on. And then the whole signing, the way she was signed, the clip,
the video with Katie McCabe,
with the ball, the way it was done. And then the second load of that, straight away she wins the Champions League with Arsenal after the unhappiness of what she was going through at Man City, to then repeat the summer transfer window and her properly signing. That whole story, that's my women's football moment of the year.
Well, cheers, because you just stole my next one.
Sorry.
We'll come to that in a second. There were some, besides, I know we've focused on football and
quick pause. I'm going to say, because Kerry's just put something here. I think one of the reasons as well that I think I liked it so much was it was bravery paying off. It was redefining what you're allowed to say. And I think, I'm a woman of fables. I love it when you tell a story and it relates somewhere else to your life. But I think that idea of like, I don't have to stick in this. This isn't right. I can change it. And I think to do that in football, where you're not supposed to speak out, for some reason, you're supposed to be quiet when you're being mistreated or you're not happy because you're owned. And I think her being like, no, actually, this isn't right and I don't want it anymore. And it completely paying off, and her happiness and success. She was almost at that point where they weren't choosing, Serena Wiegman wasn't going to choose her for England. And when she did get chosen for Arsenal, it was like, oh, Serena Wiegman's taking a risk. She hasn't really played many games yet. She's going to put her on the England squad anyway. And then she wins the Euros as well as the Champions League from that speaking out.
Yep.
Honestly, if I had a mic, I'd drop it so I don't have a pen.
Well, that indeed was also so the next category was significant transfer. And you'll see here I've written CK to Arsenal. And nice. I wrote, after City, sad, then permanently in July, she signed a permanent contract. So that was my significant transfer of the year. I mean, there were many, many moves. There were big money moves. There were big baller moves all across Europe and into the WSL and out of the WSL and over to the NWSL, and so on and so forth. But for me, the one that stood out the most was Chloe Kelly. So I'm not going to say any more because you've said everything. But what was your significant transfer?
Okay, so just as well in the comments, Holly's put as well that I think, and I did think it played a part, Jess Carter speaking out about the racism and the team came together too. I think all of that, part of it was everybody this year speaking out about stuff. I think that's such a 2025 thing. It's like a domino effect of everybody saying like, this isn't right, I'm going to speak out about it, whether that be Chloe Kelly and the Man City, the treatment that she was having there and her unhappiness, whether it be Jess Carter and racism, whether it be Sonia Bompasta and the abuse she's been getting, whether it was Sam Kerr and her announcement, like the homophobia she was getting. I think it sparked this, okay, I don't have to be quiet movement. And I love that. Okay, on to now everybody in the comments, put your best ones in. What is your transfer, best or most significant transfer of 2025? Are you ready for mine? Everybody,
yes.
Hold on to your socks. Is that the right phrase?
I'm holding on to my hat.
Hold on to your socks. Not your hat.
My socks are on.
Socks, great. My best transfer of 2025, most significant, I think, was Naomi Girma to Chelsea. And I said this.
Record breaker at the time, hey?
Yeah, it was such a record breaker. And it was and I know since the record's been broken again and again. But I just think when that happened, it was so significant in so many ways. When I did Last Pundit Standing, we got asked the same question. We had to do a 1 minute straight to camera, tell us what the greatest transfer of all time is. And obviously everyone was like Lionel Messi or, I don't know, Cristiano Ronaldo to somewhere, David Beckham to Real Madrid. And I was like, Naomi Girma to Chelsea. It broke the $1 million. So yeah, it wasn't £1 million, which is obviously more. But it's the first time we got the 1 million, the number in there. Significant. It was for a woman of colour. It was for a defender. It showed you that, the WSL is the league. I know it's Chelsea, they're winning the WSL consecutively, and it showed you that that's the league that has worth coming to if you are the best player in the world. It was just so significant that number, the last number I remembered before that was Kara Walsh. and I think her transfer to Barcelona was 400k.
Uh-huh.
For that to have been the biggest women's football transfer ever at that point, less than 3 years later,
it just shows the growth.
Over doubled it. Yeah, I think it just showed so much at the time.
And
but yeah, what else we got?
Where did Naomi Girma sign from? Do you remember?
I don't remember actually.
I don't remember. Somebody
I'm sure.
Tell us.
Somebody tell us. Okay,
somebody Google it.
We've got this one was a good one. Grace Clinton to City. The whole Jess
the little swap, the little switcheroo they did.
Olivia Smith being the first 1 million transfer. Very
San Diego Wave, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Ain't that where Jonas has gone?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's right. Jonas to San Diego Wave.
Yeah. Jonas out of Arsenal. I forgot that that happened this year.
No, that was 2024.
Was it?
Yeah. Olivia and Taylor Hines to Arsenal, massive moves.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? Yep. Like that's it for the comments. Okay. What is then the last category? And this is everyone put these in too, because
this kind of is like our I'm prouds of this week.
Yeah. What is your 2025 football personal moment? Something that happened in 2025 in the women's football world, whether it be a local game that inspired you, a game you played yourself, seeing a footballer do something you did in one of your games, one thing you watched. Like, what was the moment for you that was like, this is why I love this sport?
Do you want to kick us off?
You go first.
Okay. I think for me, like reflecting on the year and reflecting on, like, not to sound too like, but I just think it's the honor of getting to travel and getting to see amazing games and be involved in amazing moments, and actually that I have the privilege to do that. And like, I'm able to take time, I'm able to go, I'm able to fly, I'm able to travel, I'm able to drive my car, I'm able to get to places. We live so close to London, so I'm able to access things. And I think so much of this year has been built on sort of spur of the moment, like, let's just go. Like, let's just book it. Let's just figure it out. Let's just go. And I think, just for me, it kind of like, there's been highs and there's been lows, for sure. But just being able to do that, I couldn't ask for more. It's so cool to look back on, like 8-9-year-old me who was obsessed with football, obsessed with men's football, posters all over the walls. Like, I wish I could go back and be like, did you know that in 20 years' time, you're going to go and watch England win the Euros? You're going to see Arsenal win the Champions League. You're going to be like going to games up and down the country and like grassroots and championship and WSL and all the rest of it. And 9-year-old me probably would have been like, women play football. And also, but you don't support those teams, because I like weirdly supported Newcastle and AC Milan. But I just think that it's it's such an honor and a privilege, and it's made this year really special.
Oh, I love that, and I totally agree. I think sometimes when we're at these things, and obviously we save for them, and we don't really do a lot other than go to football games, and that is where our money goes. But at the same time, I feel like how lucky I am that I have spare cash to do these kinds of things. That I'm not choosing between heating and eating, I'm choosing between which football game I should spend my money on, and that's such a privilege in my life. And the friends that I meet along the way with it, and I met you through it. I've met so many people, the people who every Tuesday night I look forward to this live, and we see Martin, we see Holly, we see Lauren. We don't see them, we don't see anybody, we talk to you, and Kevin. Like, I love these moments of being able to engage with people that would never have been in my life if this wasn't a thing. Great shout, great personal moment.
What about you?
So I was stuck between quite a few, because I just had a lot. I couldn't decide. I was stuck between a lot, and one of the ones that I think I decided on was when I was doing the work with EE, and originally I was going to say when I met Farrah Williams and I got to sit and talk to her after she did this whole personal interview, and it was really raw, and it was about everything that had made her and all the obstacles. And that in itself, because she's such an icon, I was going to be like, it's got to be that, because she is in my head like the England footballer. She's, you know, done the most caps, she's the pundit, she's all these things. But I settled for the other thing that I did for EE, which is when I got to interview Kira Walsh, Alex Greenwood, and Maya Letitia, because the whole experience, like, it was just so pinch me, and it just was like, oh, I can't believe that this silly little thing that I do in my free time has like now led to, it was Frida who had put the faith in me to do it. They were running it, and they'd put this faith in me to have this 1 hour interview with these 3 footballers, and they were like, we trust you to get them talking and tell us about, you know, things that are hard to talk about. And the prep that, like, it was this exposure to having to, you know, put on my brave face, prep, write an interview, run it by them, get them to approve it, to practice with you, to like hours of like this back and forth of you pretending to be a footballer. You at points I was like, Katie, be really difficult, like give me really
give me nothing,
hard answers. Girl. Yeah, give me nothing, because if they give me nothing, I've got to keep going. And when I actually got to do it, it was, you know, the hour, it didn't fly by. It felt like an hour, but also it was like, God, as if I'm talking to these people the whole way through it.
That was
but
pretty
at the same
cool.
time, I was like, tell me about this.
Yes.
And it was so, at the end of it, I felt that I kept so professional the whole time. I didn't break cover. And then it ended. I went outside, and then I was like, oh my God, do you think I can go back to them and tell them that I really love them? And you were like, you're just speaking to them for an hour. I was like, yeah, but I wasn't like fangirling. And in the end, I got to like go back over to them as they were literally leaving. And I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm Ali. And they were like, yeah, you just spoke to us for an hour. And I was like, yeah, I just wanted to say that actually that was a really big deal for me. And I was like, I just think that you guys are amazing, and I'm so like, you know, just so happy that I got to talk to you. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, that, I just think everything that went into it, that moment, and, you know, you bigging me up, giving me the bravery to do it, and everyone at Frida, like Steph in particular, if she ever listens to this podcast, I give Steph a big shout out, because she was so, really built on my confidence. And yeah, it was so cool to talk to these footballers and hear that, you know, they have the same worries about periods. They have the same fears when they start a new job, their first day in the changing room. They were like, don't think that this is easier for us. It's scary. They're like, don't think that we don't have the same anxieties that everyone has. They were talking about like how you deal with a loss, like the mental challenges of it, like all these things that really humanize them. And all of this happened in a changing room at Stoke City that they'd made look like an England changing room. Magical what they did there. Me watching them set up while I stood next to a urinal, like, this isn't very nice. So yeah, that was a big, not a football game, but a football.
But big football moment for you.
That was my big football moment.
That was my
peak.
That's a pretty spectacular one, and a pretty spectacular way to end the 2025 year in sport for us as all the queer some idea.
It was pretty big, that one. Let's see what everyone else put, because I saw some good ones coming up. Okay, so what was everybody else's 2025 football moment? Where does it start? Oh my God, there's a lot to catch up on. Hold on, guys. Okay, so I think it starts with Martin. United qualifying for the Champions League for the first time. That is monumental. And
brilliant.
Doing so well at first. Actually, I don't know. How are they doing in the Champions League now? You know
I
what?
don't
Let's
know
not do
if
it.
it's, yeah.
Let's not do it. We've got Mills going to Lisbon to watch Arsenal win the Champions League was the best day of my life. Absolutely fair. What one to put on your life list that you saw that in person. Kerry going to the Euros, also watching Bournemouth ladies getting promoted again. That's so good, because that's two such like different moments. I love that. Holly, I'm so proud.
Oh,
you go for it. Go for it.
It's okay.
Give me
Holly says, I'm just so proud of Exeter City women. Holly, we know that you are out there. You are so vocal for that team and give them so much support. They show up and give their all no matter what, and this year has been so tough, especially financially at the club, and they still show up always. For teams like Exeter, it means all the difference having support of people like you, Holly, so keep up the amazing work. Elle saying, England losing their first game and defying the odds and the hate, they inspire me so much. Yeah, that's the thing. England went in as favourites to win the tournament and then immediately got put to the end, back of the favourites queue.
They lost to France, didn't they, in the first game?
Yeah, I remember. I was on a school trip in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's it, isn't it? Like, the journey is so much more interesting when it has the twists and turns.
Exactly. Not just the wins, but all of the in-betweens.
Go on, give us a few more, Kay.
Megan says, being accredited at Anfield for the first time as a journalist for the Liverpool versus Man City game. That is very cool. It is so cool when you get that little thingy. I've never had one because I'm not media or anything. But Al, you had one at the weekend for the netball.
I did.
What was it called? Super Series?
The Horizon Series.
Horizon Series. So you were doing a little bit of work behind the scenes there. So you had one and it was pretty cool. I got to touch it. Right, you go for it. Give us some.
Okay, Lauren, I mean, getting my first football tattoos, that is a good football moment. And getting to witness England lift the Euros trophy live. Great ones there. Holly, I'm also proud of the young girls out there that will have started football this year and could be future lionesses. I love that. Great shout. I love that Ellie here's just put, I love women's sports. You know?
Yeah.
I think that we're all here for the same reason. I love that. Kev, agree with Katie starting doing Sunderland away games with my daughter.
Hey, Kev.
Big fan.
Sunderland had a good win this weekend, hey? 1-0 over Newcastle.
I think Helen Hardy, who...
she wasn't happy.
CEO of Fowdies is a massive Newcastle United fan, and I believe she's having a rough weekend after that.
She did hand it to Newcastle though. She did say, to Sunderland. She did say that they were the better team.
There you go.
And that they deserved it. So she can concede, but unhappily.
Megan's put non-football related, but women's sport. I also got to watch the Red Roses win the World Cup as a journalist.
That was pretty cool.
Iconic moment. We can have that one here. What else have we got? Oh, last one. I think Ruby, watching Leeds women lift the plate and play at Elland Road. That's a good one.
That is a good one to end on. I
think. Do you want to end on some good news on a non-WSL story? Well, I kind of told you yesterday, but you were quite sleepy. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so a nice. Speaking of football moments that aren't necessarily the big moments for like the big teams, but the big moments. Okay, so we went a few weeks ago to watch Hull City Ladies at their home ground, which is in
North Ferriby.
We went over there. So I'm from Grimsby, just across the water is Hull, for those of you who haven't got the geography of that side of the country. And I lived in Hull for 6 years, and it was some of the best years of my life. Closest city to home, always got a special place in my heart. So we went to Hull City, and honestly, I always think this, National League teams, just the community around it is so strong, and it's so lovely. And we were welcomed by Kirsty and her husband Dave, and they were everything about the team was just homegrown, down to the fact that her mum made us some amazing cakes when we got there, which
they were very good. I still think about them.
I think about that rocky road every day. But this weekend was the FA Cup. I want to say third round proper. Might be wrong, but I think that's what it was. Either way, I think it was definitely the FA Cup. So Hull City were playing Mancunian Unity. Again, I think that's who they were playing. Might got that wrong. This is all the queer. Some idea. Never the full idea.
Heavy on the sum right now.
Heavy on the sum. But they had two really, really great things happen. Yes, it was the third round proper. Thank you, Kerry. So they had Hope Knight, who I think is their captain. Again, some idea. Hope Knight plays for Hull City. She had her 100th goal for Hull City. Nice. So that's amazing. And
Same weekend as Bonnie Shaw.
Same weekend as Bonnie Shaw. So she had a 100th goal for Hull City. And also, there was a goal that was saved by Abby Wallace. And it was that save that sent them through to the next round.
And there's a great clip.
There's a great clip. You go on the Hull City Ladies Instagram page. There is a great clip of the save. And it's that save that has got them through to the 4th round proper coming up where they are playing Birmingham City.
Tough,
at home,
tough.
I think. So
That's
maybe
a tough match.
Yeah, it is, because they've also had some good. I watched
Are
their
Birmingham
game
second in the championship right now? I think are Charlton first
in the WSL2. I think you mean.
Sorry, yes.
But yeah, and they had, and then this weekend as well, Niamh Heron, not Charles that I said earlier. I was like, Niamh Charles scored a great goal for Birmingham. And Katie was like, did she? I was like, no, she didn't. Niamh Heron did. But yeah, her goal, again, go on Birmingham City's Instagram. That goal for Birmingham is great. So yeah, it's going to be a good game. Hull City versus Birmingham City. I'm excited. And it's at home in Hull. You're away, so maybe I'll go
do a little road trip.
Maybe I'll go on my own. Who knows? I'll see if Amy, a football bestie, is willing to come up with me.
It's available.
But yeah, I spoke to Kirsty and she said not only did they celebrate, they had karaoke, I believe. I've heard that no one wants to hear karaoke ever again. And also the bus after the game got stuck in the mud. So the full team had to try push it out, failed, they had to get a tow truck. But you can't have it all. You can't be winning your games and getting away smoothly. So, but I just love that. So well done to Hull City.
Well done to Hull.
Love a home story.
Up the Tigresses. Listen, guys, it's been an absolute privilege to be here for the 2025, the year that has been 2025. We are not going anywhere, but we are going on a little bit of a Christmas hiatus. So we will not be live for the next, I don't know, we haven't really decided yet, but we'll let you know on the socials when we're back. All right, guys. So we will see you in the new year. Whatever you're up to this holiday season, I hope that you all stay well and look after yourselves. We love you very much, and we will see you in 2026.
Madness, 2026.
Is that us?
Yeah. Look after each other. That's us now.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.